Друзья, здравствуйте. Меня зовут Денис Балон.
Hello, my friends and colleagues. My name is Dennis Balon, and I'm the CEO of the Tradomatic company. It's a great honor for me to be on the stage in front of you, true professionals and market makers. I'll admit that our team was very surprised to see so many stakeholders, both traders and producers here. I guess that you've made the right decision to move with the times and attend our event. Just a few words about my presentation. First, I'll tell you about the team and the product. Most of the time, I'll devote to the presentation of the platform itself. And finally, I will tell you about our future plans and, of course, answer your questions.
Итак, Tradomatic. Tradomatic — это платформа, которая...
So, Tradomatic is a platform that digitizes the physical process of agri-commodities trading. Tradomatic unites major producers and buyers, local and global traders, agri-holdings, and large farmers into one concept of online agri-commodities trading. As you know, any great product should be made by a team of professionals and those who are passionate about what they do. There is no need to introduce the advisors. You know for sure that they are outstanding professionals in their field. Our technical team is led by a specialist who has more than 20 years of software development experience. Speaking about myself, I've been working in software development for 15 years, 10 of which I have spent leading different teams of up to 90 employees, creating exclusively multi-million budget products which were financially successful. Also, I would like to highlight that in this room there are a lot of people who have helped us with their ideas, criticism, and various pieces of advice from the very first moment of the platform establishment. This question is very simple. However, I can finally state that the answer is yes. The platform has already been launched. To demonstrate it, I'll use our web version, which is available for all of you, both on your personal computer and in the browser on your mobile device. Well, I'll need just a couple of seconds. Registration. The work on the platform starts with the sign-up. Signing up is a key process forming a reliable and high-quality audience. I'd like to ask everybody to look through our user agreement when signing up, because we've focused on the relationship between the user and the platform. Let's move forward. On this screen, everything is simple. By the way, that's the name of my wife, since I took her laptop. So, we enter the last name, enter your email address, enter the company name, and, of course, your mobile phone number. As you could have already guessed, the mobile phone number is needed for your identification and to assure ourselves that that's really you who's logging in and working on the platform. So, the text message has just showed up.
Oops, бывает. Минутку. Ага. Ура. На данном этапе вы уже зарегистрированы.
Okay, great. At this stage, you've already signed up. I would like to note that all the users must undergo the mandatory internal compliance. Why do we need a compliance on the Tradomatic platform? We solve two major tasks. First, we examine each registered company to make sure that it's not a day-fly company and it's really present on the market. Secondly, we focus on this to make sure that the user who signs up on the platform is a staff member of the company and has the authority to perform the activity he or she will indicate further. For our check, we use the information from third-party sources, not relying on the information provided by the user. Let's move forward. Let's assume that I'm a trader. Of course, I buy. Of course, I sell grains. Supposedly on CPT.
Мне кажется, с этого момента,
I think here comes the most interesting part. In order to start working on the platform, you must register your company. It's very simple. Choose the country of registration, enter the registration code. In my case, it's of course the test one.
мы
We respect your time. That's why the bigger part of completing the KYC form we took upon ourselves. As you might have noticed, it took a few seconds to add the company. In your case, it also won't take much time since the system automatically receives all the required data from the public open registries. Right now, we support 15 jurisdictions.
на этом экране вы также можете добавить любое количество.
You also may add any number of both resident and non-resident companies because we clearly understand that in the future you would like to trade or conclude the contracts on behalf of one of them.
Кажется, такое внимание
I guess such attention to detail, starting from the registration, makes the platform a truly professional product.
для наших целей нам
For our current goals, we need just one company. So let's move on.
на этом разделе
This section is simple and clear. It's necessary to enter any number of employees who need to be notified in case of contract conclusion. It may be the representative of your execution department or company-wide email. Let's fill in the name of one of my colleagues.
Витч. Хорват.
Anything works for a test. And let's enter any phone number.
Ой, наверное, сработает.
It should work. An American one will work.
Итак,
Let's stop on this screen for a moment. And after this, I will use a magic opportunity and the admin panel on my phone to move me forward, not to waste your time. We understand the seriousness of the legal consequences of the work on the platform. And this led to the implementation of mandatory conditions.
условия.
Our lawyers from AGA partners insist on this as well. The form must be filled in, printed, signed, scanned, and sent to us. Only these actions and our examination allow us to guarantee that the filled-in information has the true value.
Быстренько пробежимся. Или не пробежимся, одну секунду.
So, let's have a look.
Анкету мне на почту. Посмотрим.
Let's send the form to my mail.
Появится.
Let me check. It should appear.
Как вы видите, моментально.
As we see, the PDF with all the provided information was generated automatically.
Вам придется ее
You'll need to print, sign, scan, and send it to us. After this, our compliance department will process the form you sent. Just a few seconds, I'll skip forward.
Так. Нам обещали здесь очень быстро.
We were promised the internet connection was fast here.
Я уже близко.
I'm almost there,
Сохраним.
saving.
Попробуем.
Let's try.
Ура.
Hooray,
Мы на рынке.
we're on the market.
Рынок — это основной элемент функции.
The market is the main element of the platform functionality.
И принимаю прямое
Despite I am personally involved in the development of every single feature,
участие в разработке функционала, я считаю, что рынок.
I think that the market is your element.
Вот. И для того, чтобы легко было оперировать
And in order to easily manage a large amount of information, we created simple but effective tools, like a filter.
вы можете выбрать
You may choose the type of the operation. You may choose the commodities from the list of commodities we support. Of course, parodies.
в случае,
In case of the parody change to FOB, you may choose the port.
вы можете указать.
Also, you may choose the period of time.
Итак, в данный момент на экране представлены
The current offers you see on the screen were created for testing purposes only. After the presentation, we'll wipe them out.
я предлагаю
And right now, I would like you to have a look at our functionality of creating an offer.
все достаточно
Everything is pretty simple and intuitive. Let's suppose I wish to buy feed wheat
на CPT.
on CPT
В терминале,
at Green Tour Terminal. It sounds nice,
меня
and the
устроит.
price is $170. I'd like to buy 2,000 tons of volume, and with 2% of option. Then we select a period.
Август.
Let's say August.
Качество у нас будет.
Quality of 6th grade. Create buy offer. Oh, here's an alert that we have some error in the form. Payment type. I would like to highlight that. It's very good that this error has appeared, since when a user creates a buy offer separately, there is an option to indicate the type of payment. When the user creates a sell offer,
У него появляется
it displays a highly requested input field, exporter, added by popular demand.
Попробуем.
All right, let's try to create.
Как мы видим,
As we can see, this is not the offer we're looking for. However, that suits us as well.
мы ее
So my offer immediately became available on the market to all the users. As you see, all the information which I filled in is present here. And so, there are additional parameters.
с уверенностью могу
I feel more than confident stating that all the additional parameters needed to conclude legally strong contracts were taken into account.
Чтобы продолжить дальше, перед тем, как продолжить дальше,
Before I proceed and show you the heart of the platform,
чем, я уверен, наша команда...
the part that our team is proud of the most,
Я хочу отметить, что
I would like to say that all the functionality you'll see further, all the solutions,
является, по нашему мнению,
as we suppose, are quite innovative.
отдельно отметить,
I would like to point out that we have proceeded with a patent application for the functionality in numerous regions,
в том числе,
including the USA, the EU, South America, Asia.
для того, чтобы я продемонстрировал вам,
To demonstrate the following functionality to you, I'll need some help.
я
I'll ask our advisor, Dennis Dmitriev, representing Oleos Trading, to assist me.
Денис, где предложение?
Dennis, where's the offer?
Отлично.
This one here?
Вот это?
5,000. Well, great.
Как мы видим, Денис
As we can see, Dennis Dmitriev, on behalf of Oleos Trading, wants to buy feed wheat on CPT in TIS grain terminal at a price of $165 in the volume of 5,000 tons, and as you can see, all the mentioned information is already indicated.
для того, чтобы начать обсуждение,
To begin the discussion, you should simply click on Suggest Changes.
то, с чего
Indicate changes. Indicate that you would like to start the discussion according to what was presented in the other party's offer.
начало. Откровенно говоря, 106
To begin with, $165 seems too low. Let's make it $170. As for the volume, 5,000 also seems too much. Let's change to 2,000. What's next? We're not going to indicate the exporter, unless we're forced to do so.
очень важно, что все
It's very important that all the offers on the platform, including the offers at the beginning of the discussion, are firm. We devoted considerable attention to the digitizing of your daily activity
не потерять тех важных
to make sure you don't lose the essential details which help you to perform even better, even faster. Let's enter the time period when the offer is valid. 15 minutes. In a moment, I'll tell you what this means.
Ага. Вот мы видим, что Денис
Here we see that Dennis didn't indicate the crop year he's interested in. Let's suppose I'm interested in 2017.
перед вами
Here, what you see is what I call the professional trader's chat. Generally, the interface is quite familiar to you. On the left, you'll see the list of discussions.
о том,
With a brief preview of what's being discussed, on the right, you have the discussion itself.
пройдемся сверху.
Let's go over the major sections.
Самая верхняя область, я ее показываю, это область обсуждения
The top right section. demonstrates the discussion of a future deal that we're going over right now. On the right, the list of changes made during the discussion. This list is being logged, and in the future, you'll be able to download it with all the details for your own purposes and reports. As you may have noticed, the changes I made are marked with the blue icons. Below, you can see price discussion blocks. It's a very important element that allows you to make a firm offer and see the firm offer of the other parties at the same time. Let's move a bit further. In the messages section, there are both user messages and messages from the system. The concept of system messages is very important, since they display what you've done and give no opportunity to interpret your actions differently. So, from the top to the bottom, on the right you can see that I offered $170, taking into account the following changes: the changes of the volume and crop year. Let's see what Dennis's response will be. Okay, that's not bad, but not exactly what we wanted. Dennis has accepted the changes regarding the crop year, but he doesn't like the volume. As you can see, this block has changed, and I must offer the price again. Why? It's very important to keep the context of the firm bid or offer. And since Dennis didn't accept the volume, correspondingly, my price of $170 became outdated. Let's offer another price to Dennis. Supposing that I'm fine with the 2,000 tons volume, let's offer $169 for only 15 minutes. I have a feeling that Dennis is in no hurry replying to us. That's why we may consider changing the price a little. For the buyer, it means increasing the price. For the seller, it means lowering the price. So, we'll change the price to $168 for only 5 minutes. But I think that Dennis isn't in a hurry again. No, I was wrong. Dennis used his opportunity and offered me to conclude a contract. So, Dennis offered me his own conditions instead. And we're not comfortable with $166. That's why I'm suggesting ignoring Dennis's offer and, for example, move the delivery date to September. We've got a question from the audience. Do we have two current offers because we're seeing two firm prices, 168 and 166? This is a really interesting question. We discussed it with Konstantin and Dennis no later than an hour ago, and it will be a pleasure for me to reply to it. So, I offered full September to Dennis. He confirmed. Let's ask Dennis to move a little. Maybe we'll receive a better offer. So, finally, $167. In fact, I was fine with $167. So, here is the magic button, contract. As you can see, all the conditions are indicated. CPT, TIS grain terminal, $167, 5,000, like Dennis wanted, and all the rest as we have indicated. Click on Conclude a Contract. Finally, we are in the contract. And I think right now, you would need to go and create a confirmation and call your execution department so they don't forget about your contract. But in our case, you don't have to do anything. Everything is created automatically. I hope that the contract is in my inbox right now.
вы видите, email у нас не только
As you can see, our email is not only looking neat,
в нем содержится стандартный confirmation
it also contains the standard contract confirmation.
контактов.
Please note that you can see here an execution department representative, Dennis, along with Anna Kovalenko, and all the contract info.
Если мы промотаем чуть ниже,
If we scroll down a little,
сгенерированную PDF,
we'll see the automatically generated PDF file.
которые создаются на
I would like to note that all the contracts concluded on the platform were created by the lawyers from AGA Partners and are in full compliance with English law.
как вы видите, вся информация
As you can see, all the information, including the info about our companies, is present.
Буквально одну секундочку, я переключусь на презентацию.
Just give me 1 second to switch to our presentation.
Итак,
So, as I already mentioned, we've concluded the contract. I think everything is pretty simple. You should sign up, conclude the contract,
мы и вы
and maybe together we'll approach a global happiness that is waiting for us in the future.
Итак, есть небольшой
We have a short list of questions frequently asked at presentations, and I would like to cover 3 major ones. The first one, will the producers join the platform? They will indeed. Our sales and marketing departments work day and night to make sure that by the end of the year, all the producers who have more than 5,000 hectares will have become the active users of the platform.
не менее интересный вопрос.
Also, one interesting question is, who will be aware of my deals? The answer is quite simple. Nobody.
На платформе Tradomatic ближайшие
Let me explain. In a couple of weeks, the Tradomatic platform will have a global update. It will be quite invisible. Nevertheless, extremely important.
мы прекрасно понимаем, что
We are well aware that those conditions and those prices which you will conclude the contracts upon, in fact, are highly confidential.
на данный момент существуют достаточно распространенные современные
Right now, Telegram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and others use a widespread technology which encrypts the information shared between 2 users of any device,
в такой степени, что
to the extent that even theoretically, if this information was intercepted or stolen, it won't be decrypted.
это говорит о том, что
This shows that, theoretically, in 2018, I personally, the administration of the platform, developers, and any one of the advisors, or especially third parties, won't be able to reveal the information about your deals since we have this technology.
вы зададите резонный вопрос.
A reasonable question may arise. Why should you trust me?
Мы решили подойти к этому очень
We decided to approach this matter in an open manner, and each user, each company using the platform, will be able to access the source code at any time
и заказать аудит у,
and commission an audit from a third party,
возможно, какой-то
probably from some international company, but certainly on the condition that you'll sign an NDA and a non-compete agreement. The third question, I think the most interesting and my favorite question. How does Tradomatic secure from default? Tradomatic is not one of such internet platforms where the users, in fact, have no responsibility for their actions to one another. Tradomatic is a massive platform which, from the first steps, starting from the registration, gives a written confirmation that the user is familiar with the user agreement.
на платформе Tradomatic все переговоры детально
All the discussions on the Tradomatic platform are being logged,
для изменения
and there are no tools to make changes post factum.
автоматически генерятся
The automatically generated contracts are in full compliance with English law, and in the future, for sure, we'll have an opportunity to support the contracts in hryvnia, in full compliance with Ukrainian law.
используя платформу
We completely exclude the human component. Using the Tradomatic platform, you will be able to forget about such cases like, it wasn't me who answered the email, or That was my child who wrote something in WhatsApp. Tradomatic is a powerful tool preventing default. Tradomatic is a shield and a sword that appears in your armory and becomes a strong point in an arbitrage of any country, for example, Switzerland or England. We are excited to share with you the features that will be implemented on the platform in the near future. The contracts in Grivna and the full supported inland trading, as I mentioned before. Offer templates, a useful feature that will allow you to create and place offers on the market promptly. Tracking filters. This easy functionality will enable you to stay updated even when you're far away from your computer and see if the needed position has appeared on the market. You will only need to set the filter in advance: commodity, operation, parity, terminal, and as soon as a certain offer meets your requirements, you'll be notified immediately. By popular demand of our producers, we'll be implementing auctions, the internal traders chat. I described it to you before. Matching. In the brackets, you may see electronic broker. But the core is pretty simple. The system will suggest you the list of offers that might be interesting to you according to the offer you placed, or from some other considerations. Whitelists and blacklists. You'll be able to fill in the names of the companies to the whitelist, and they will receive the additional features. For example, to book now from the market immediately. The companies from the blacklist won't see your offer at all. Corporate admin panel. An exceptional, original functionality for the big companies. Monitoring tools. They will show the market conditions and demonstrate how interesting your offer is to the other users. Smart notifications. We haven't elaborated the full functionality of smart notifications yet, but we'll work on making them as advanced as possible. And this is my favorite slide. The point is pretty simple. Hope it will be clear for you as well. When we talk about the cost, we should talk about the value. Developing the platform will be implementing more advanced and up-to-date functionality. And will include a small price for our service only as soon as we reach this certain point in the future and realize that the platform is indeed valuable for you. If we talk more particularly, all the users in the future will subscribe for just $25. Pursuant to the contract conclusion, the buyer will pay the commission depending on the parity and commodity. Talking about the exact numbers, for oil on FOB, the fee will be 50 cents per ton. For grain on CPT, it's about 15 cents per ton. There also will be an option to have oil on CPT and other commodities on FOB. This is just an example, but since I have learned my speech precisely, I'm just saying so. And by the way, I'm ready for your questions. This will be the most interesting part. All right. When we were preparing this presentation, we discussed what might attract you to attend. We assumed that it's curiosity to find out what these guys and girls from Kharkiv created, having such a great list of advisors. But in reality, it seems to me that everything is deeper and more serious. You are here because you care about the future and you wish to move with the times, and to be on the crest of the wave. I'm sure that lots of people in this hall have already decided to start using the platform. You may register now, you may register tomorrow, but we think that Tradomatic is certainly the future. Whether to sign up, the choice is yours. This is a photo we secretly took. All in attendance are the future. That's why I would like to thank you for your attention. Let's give each other a round of applause. And we have a picture here. Trade Agri Now. Ask me how. Thanks for your attention.